We heard Ginger Z talk about this a little earlier for The Nation. She referenced places like New York City and Chicago, but what about us here in Providence? So let's take a look at some of this historical data. This is the range from 1953 all the way up to a couple of years ago, 2022. There was a couple of years with data missing, but out of the years that we have, 66 of them, 15 were white. That's about 23%. Obviously, last year it wasn't. So we would tick that down a little bit as far as overall. But what is a white Christmas? Again, we've talked about it at the anchor desk. Is it snow falling or is it snow on the ground? Well, it's actually both. Both constitutes at least an inch of snow on the ground. Snow actively falling would constitute a white Christmas. Well, we have one this year. Well, there are some interesting signs and signals in our long-term patterns that maybe says there could be a storm around Christmas. A lot of buzz on social media, but it's a lot of noise right now. We are just a little bit too far out to know anything concretely at all. What I can tell you for certainty, going to be not a cloud in sight on your Saturday and a beautiful day on Sunday as well, but clouds start to increase later in the weekend ahead of our next, not one, but two systems. This is going to be the Monday storm, and this is our Tuesday storm. This is a little bit more of a stronger piece of energy. Both will bring some rain across the area. Now, we can't call this rain chances, this graphic. We've got to change it to precipitation graphics this time of year because it might not always be rain. And we've got another storm later in the week. I talked to John before. He liked that. Wintry implications. There will be some wintry weather close to the area. I'll show you what I mean in a second here. Futurecast again, cold, clear night overnight, sunshine aplenty tomorrow, temperatures in the mid-30s for your highs. We'll see some onshore flow action as the winds swing from the north around to the east and the southeast, and maybe a little bit of some coastal clouds or fog early Sunday morning, but otherwise a mostly sunny start to the day. Then we start getting higher clouds coming in from the west here as that storm system starts moving into the northeast, and there will be rain. At what point Monday morning? There's been a little bit of a discrepancy here, but the early end would lead us to have to keep a close eye on northern portions of the area for maybe a little bit of sleet or freezing rain, depending on the surface temperatures out there. But it will all go over to plain rain throughout the day. I think the afternoon is where we get some of the little heavier pockets of rain. That moves through, and then another system moves through on Tuesday. Then we clear it out for Wednesday. That's our break day, and again, it'll be a pretty nice day with temperatures in the 40s. But here comes a third storm system, and this one, here are those implications. Yeah, we've got a chance to see maybe a little bit of a wintry mix not too far from us, so we'll have to watch that rain-snow line, of course, the all-important rain and snow line, and then perhaps another piece of energy on Friday. So a very active week next week, chipping away at that drought. I mean, you could argue that the rain the other day just completely threw it out the window. And of course, again, we had our drought monitor get issued yesterday, but that did not take into account the storm system from this week because that data is usually put together on Tuesday. So we'll see improvements next week. 19 degrees tonight here in Providence. Frigid start to the day. 16 over in Killingley, Connecticut. 18 Smithfield. 17 in Norwood. Little bit milder at the shoreline. Your highs 36 in Smithfield tomorrow. Situate's 35. Foster and Gloucester 34 degrees, West Greenwich at 35, Kingston, North Kingstown, 35 and 36 respectively. Heading over the bridges to Jamestown, 35 there, as well as Newport, Middletown. Portsmouth's at 36, as are Secaucus, Little Compton, and then heading over into Mass, 37 in Swansea, down to Fall River, 36 in Freetown, Mattapoisett, 36, Wareham, 35. If you're heading out to the Cape, nice little morning for a drive out there. Look, going to be cold, 33 in Mashpee, 35 in Harwich, and more of the same for the Cape and the island if you happen to be taking a boat over this weekend. Rain from Monday into Tuesday. Wednesday's your break day, and then more rain Thursday and Friday.